Discipline is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. Talent, motivation, and ambition may give you a head start, but without discipline, they collapse under pressure. This book, Force Yourself to Discipline, reveals the hidden laws of self-control, consistency, and focus that transform ordinary lives into extraordinary ones. Each chapter is a practical step toward mastering your mind, breaking destructive habits, and building the unshakable discipline that leads to lasting success. Chapter 1. The Hidden Power of Discipline. Discipline has often been portrayed as a heavy word, one that feels strict, suffocating, and even harsh. People imagine early mornings at military camps, strict diets, endless work routines, and the loss of freedom. But in truth, discipline is not about punishment, rigidity, or suffering. At its core, discipline is the hidden power that separates those who dream from those who achieve. It is the bridge between imagination and reality, between potential and actual success. Without it, even the most talented minds fall short of their true capacity. With it, ordinary people achieve extraordinary feats. The paradox of life is that freedom does not come from doing whatever you want, whenever you want. True freedom emerges from the control of the self, the ability to direct your focus, your energy, and your habits toward meaningful goals. Think of the musician who practices every single day, even when uninspired at first. Their discipline may feel like sacrifice, but over time, it becomes the gateway to freedom. The freedom to express beauty through music, to stand on stage and move hearts. The same principle applies in every aspect of life. Financial freedom, physical health, mental clarity, and strong relationships are not accidents. They are the result of daily choices, repeated actions, and structured focus. And all of these require discipline. It is not glamorous, but it is powerful. Chapter 2. The Myth of Motivation. Most people wait for motivation before they act. They believe they need to feel inspired, energized, or excited before starting. But waiting for motivation is like waiting for the weather to be perfect every day. It rarely comes when you need it, and even when it does, it quickly disappears. Motivation is temporary, discipline is permanent. Those who rely on motivation achieve little, but those who rely on discipline achieve much. Motivation is a spark. It can start a fire, but it cannot keep it burning. What keeps the fire alive is discipline, the consistent choice to show up and do the work, regardless of how you feel. Think of an athlete who trains on rainy days or a writer who writes even when inspiration is absent. They know motivation is unreliable, but discipline is always available. Discipline removes emotions from decisions. Instead of asking, "Do I feel like it?" you ask, "What needs to be done?" This shift in mindset is powerful. Once you stop depending on moods, you gain control. You no longer become a slave to laziness, procrastination, or distractions. Instead, you live by principle. True success is not about chasing fleeting motivation. It is about creating habits so strong that they operate even when you are tired, uninspired, or discouraged. Once discipline takes root, your actions become automatic. That is freedom, the freedom to keep moving forward even when motivation is gone. Chapter 3. Building Small Wins. Discipline is not created overnight. You cannot wake up one day and suddenly be a master of self-control. It is built gradually through small victories. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, you grow stronger. Every small win creates momentum. Start with one discipline at a time. Maybe it's waking up 10 minutes earlier. Maybe it's saying no to sugar for a week. Maybe it's reading 5 pages of a book daily. These small actions seem insignificant, but they build trust in yourself. The more you follow through, the more confident you become. The danger is starting too big. When people set massive goals immediately, they often fail, feel guilty, and quit. But when you master small wins, you build the foundation for larger victories. Just like lifting light weights before heavy ones, discipline grows through repetition and progression. Remember this truth: consistency beats intensity. It is better to do something small every day than to do something huge once and stop. Over time, those small wins add up to a transformation. That is the secret of disciplined people. They are not superhuman. They simply mastered the art of winning small battles daily. Chapter 4. The pain of regret versus the pain of effort. Life forces you to experience pain, but you get to choose which pain you want, the pain of effort or the pain of regret. Effort is temporary. It hurts to wake up early, to exercise when tired, to work when others relax. But that pain fades quickly and it leaves behind growth. Regret, however, lasts a lifetime. It is the pain of knowing you wasted your time, avoided your responsibilities, and missed opportunities. The pain of effort makes you stronger, while the pain of regret makes you weaker. When you hesitate to act, remember this truth: effort is always lighter than regret. 10 push-ups may feel heavy now, but a decade of bad health will weigh much more. Waking up early feels hard today, but missing your dreams because you overslept will feel unbearable tomorrow. Discipline is the choice to embrace the lighter pain now to avoid the heavier pain later. Chapter 5. Mastering your environment. Discipline does not live in isolation. Your environment either strengthens it or weakens it. If your phone is filled with distractions, if your friends are unmotivated, if your home is disorganized, your discipline will constantly be under attack. But if your environment is designed to support you, discipline becomes much easier. Remove temptations. If you want to eat healthy, don't keep junk food at home. If you want to focus, turn off notifications. If you want to save money, delete shopping apps. Discipline is not only about willpower, it's about preparation. Surround yourself with people who value growth. Your circle influences your standards. If your friends are lazy, you will feel lazy. If your friends are ambitious, you will rise with them. Discipline thrives in a strong environment. Chapter 6. The discipline of time. Time is life's most valuable resource. Unlike money, you can never earn more of it. Yet most people waste it on distractions, entertainment, and procrastination. Discipline with time means treating every minute with respect. Create routines. Decide when you work, when you rest, and when you recharge. Do not leave your schedule to chance. Structure it. Time is like a container. Without discipline, it leaks everywhere. With discipline, it becomes a powerful tool. Remember, every wasted hour is a stolen piece of your future. Discipline ensures that your time serves your goals, not your impulses. Chapter 7. The discipline of focus. In today's world, attention is the most valuable currency. Social media, notifications, and endless entertainment fight for your focus every second. But discipline means directing your attention deliberately. Multitasking is a myth. It scatters your energy and weakens your results. Focus on one task at a time and give it your full effort. When you master focus, you multiply your productivity. Discipline of focus means saying no to distractions even when they are tempting. It is the ability to resist instant gratification in exchange for long-term achievement. Chapter 8. Discipline and habits. Habits shape your destiny. They are the invisible routines that guide your daily life. Discipline is what creates habits, and habits are what sustain discipline. It is a cycle. Good habits save energy. Once they are built, you no longer struggle to decide, you simply act. Waking up early, exercising, saving money, studying, all become natural through discipline. The secret is repetition. Do the same action consistently until it becomes automatic. At first it feels hard, but over time, discipline creates habits that carry you towards success effortlessly. Chapter 9. The role of self-respect. Discipline is not just about control. It is about respect for yourself. Every time you break a promise to yourself, you weaken your confidence. Every time you keep a promise, you build self-respect. When you respect yourself, you stop tolerating laziness, excuses, and mediocrity. You start demanding more of yourself because you know you deserve more. Self-respect is the fuel of discipline, and discipline is the proof of self-respect. If you want others to respect you, begin by respecting your own commitments. Discipline is how you prove to yourself that your word matters. Chapter 10. Discipline as a lifestyle. Discipline is not a temporary tool, it is a way of life. It is not something you practice for a month and then abandon. It becomes who you are. When discipline becomes part of your identity, everything changes. You no longer debate whether to act, you simply act. Your decisions align with your principles. You gain freedom, strength, and clarity. This is the ultimate truth. Discipline is not about restriction, it is about empowerment. It is the key to health, wealth, peace, and purpose. Once you embrace it fully, you will realize that discipline is not a burden. It is the greatest gift you can give yourself. Chapter 11. Discipline and emotional control. Emotions are powerful forces. They can drive us forward or pull us backward. Most people let emotions dictate their actions. If they feel tired, they rest. If they feel sad, they quit. If they feel angry, they react recklessly. But discipline teaches you to manage emotions, not be controlled by them. Emotional discipline does not mean ignoring feelings. It means recognizing them but choosing action based on principle, not mood. When you are angry, you pause before responding. When you are afraid, you move forward anyway. When you are discouraged, you continue because your goals matter more than temporary feelings. Think of a soldier in battle. Fear exists, but discipline keeps him steady. Think of a parent raising a child. Tiredness exists, but love and discipline push them to keep providing. Emotional control is not about being emotionless. It is about aligning emotions with long-term values. This skill gives you power. Instead of being tossed by emotional storms, you become the captain of your ship. You use discipline to stay steady, no matter the waves. Chapter 12. Financial discipline. Money is one of the clearest areas where discipline shows its power. Many people earn enough, but they waste it. They buy things they don't need, chase pleasures they cannot afford, and live trapped in debt. True wealth comes from financial discipline. Financial discipline means spending less than you earn, saving before you spend, and investing for the future. It means delaying short-term pleasures for long-term security. It means choosing freedom over status, growth over consumption. When you practice financial discipline, you gain control over your life. You no longer live paycheck to paycheck. Chapter 13. Discipline and health. Your body is the engine that carries you through life. Without health, success becomes meaningless. Yet many people destroy their health with laziness, poor habits, and neglect. Discipline in health is not optional, it is essential. Health discipline means exercising regularly, eating clean, sleeping enough, and avoiding harmful substances. It is choosing water over soda, rest over scrolling, movement over comfort. These small choices accumulate into strength, energy, and vitality. Without discipline, the body deteriorates, fatigue becomes normal, illnesses appear, motivation disappears. But with discipline, your body becomes an ally. Chapter 14. The discipline of saying, no, most failures are not caused by doing too little, but by doing too much of the wrong things. Discipline means the courage to say no. No to distractions, no to unimportant tasks, no to toxic people. Every yes must serve your larger vision. Saying no is hard because it often disappoints others, but every time you say yes to something meaningless, you are saying no to your own dreams. Discipline teaches you to protect your time and energy. Great leaders, successful entrepreneurs, and disciplined achievers all master the art of selective focus. They know they cannot do everything, so they concentrate on what truly matters. Saying no is not selfish, it is a declaration of priorities. Chapter 15. Discipline and relationships. Relationships thrive not on passion alone, but on discipline. Love requires consistent effort, respect, and responsibility. Friendships require loyalty, honesty, and reliability. Families require presence, sacrifice, and care. Discipline in relationships means keeping promises, showing up when it matters, and controlling impulses that could damage trust. It means choosing kindness over anger, listening over talking, and commitment over convenience. Without discipline, relationships fall apart. Betrayal, neglect, or selfishness takes over. With discipline, relationships become strong foundations that support success. Discipline is the glue that holds bonds together. Chapter 16. Discipline in learning. Knowledge is power, but it requires discipline to acquire. Many start learning but quit when it gets difficult. True learning requires persistence, patience, and practice. Discipline in learning means reading daily, practicing skills, and seeking growth even when it feels boring. It means studying after failure, revising after mistakes, and pushing through frustration. Think of great musicians, scientists, or athletes. Their success is not built on talent alone, but on disciplined practice. Day after day, hour after hour, they refined their craft. Discipline ensures that you grow smarter and more capable every year. Without it, you remain stagnant. With it, you evolve continuously. Chapter 17. The discipline of consistency. Consistency is the heart of discipline. Anyone can act once, but true discipline means acting every day. Consistency transforms effort into achievement. The secret is not in doing extraordinary things occasionally, but in doing ordinary things consistently. Writing a page daily creates books. Saving small amounts builds wealth. Training regularly builds strength. Discipline means committing to the process, not just the outcome. You don't wait for results. You keep going until results appear. Consistency is boring at times, but it is the path to mastery. Chapter 18. Discipline as freedom. Many people think discipline is a prison, but the opposite is true. Indiscipline is the real prison: addiction, debt, laziness, regret. Discipline is freedom, the freedom to live without chains, to create the life you want, to control your destiny. When you are disciplined, you are not ruled by cravings, distractions, or weakness. You are free to pursue health, success, and meaning. Discipline may feel like restriction in the moment, but in the long run, it is liberation. The disciplined person enjoys freedom that the undisciplined will never know. Freedom from fear of failure, freedom from financial stress, freedom from wasted potential. Discipline is the doorway to the life you dream of. Chapter 19. Discipline and leadership. Leadership is not about titles, authority, or charisma. True leadership begins with self-discipline. You cannot expect others to follow you if you cannot lead yourself. Discipline creates credibility, respect, and influence. A disciplined leader shows up on time, honors commitments, and leads by example. They do not ask others to do what they themselves are unwilling to do. They demonstrate consistency, resilience, and accountability. This earns trust. Leaders face countless temptations to take shortcuts, to avoid responsibility, to indulge in comfort while others struggle. But discipline keeps them grounded. They make decisions based not on what is easy, but on what is right. Leadership also requires the discipline of vision. Without discipline, leaders chase distractions or abandon plans when difficulties arise. With discipline, They stay focused on long-term goals and inspire others to do the same. The greatest leaders in history were not necessarily the smartest or most talented. They were the most disciplined. They sacrificed comfort, endured hardship, and persisted when others gave up. Leadership is discipline in action, magnified for the benefit of others. Chapter 20. Discipline and Legacy. Discipline is not only about today, it shapes the future. Every disciplined action builds a legacy. What you do consistently becomes who you are remembered as. Without discipline, people leave behind regret. They are remembered for wasted talent, broken promises, and unfulfilled dreams. With discipline, people leave behind inspiration. They are remembered for their character, achievements, and impact. Discipline builds businesses that last, families that thrive, and values that continue across generations. It transforms fleeting efforts into permanent contributions. The disciplined person does not only succeed for themselves, they elevate others, leaving footprints for the world to follow. When you live with discipline, you know that your life mattered. You know that you didn't just exist, you created meaning. Legacy is not built in a single act, but in thousands of disciplined choices over time. Conclusion. Discipline is not punishment, it is power. It is the foundation of freedom, success, health, relationships, and fulfillment. Without discipline, dreams remain fantasies. With discipline, anything becomes possible.